Hello, everybody. Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this afternoon. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys can do that for me, I'd be very, very much appreciated. Of course, as we can see from the comments, people are acting very, very impatiently. Look, guys, this window was never supposed to be this window. This window is only here because of the World Club Championship. That's why this window is here. Otherwise, the window would be opening on the 16th of June. And it is opening on the 16th of June. When it closes today, our players will be Manchester United players very, very soon. So don't stress too much about it. The players will come in that need to come in. And we just need to be a little bit more patient because I'm seeing a lot of fall off in regards to some of the fan base. You know, they're very impatient. Look, guys, we've got no football this next couple of weeks, this June. There is no football. It's actually the end of the season. Football starts on the 19th of July. So if we can start getting the players in by the 19th of July, it will be good. Obviously, if we get towards that time and we still haven't got the players in that we need, then it's going to start getting a little bit treacherous and it's going to start getting a little bit toxic in the house, guys. Absolutely. But we do have to practice patience. Patience is a virtue. Very, very well-known, famous saying, of course, guys. So it's important we don't get overly pessimistic and just be a little bit more, you know what, willing to wait a bit. Because at the end of the day, the season is over. You know, this window was never supposed to be a window. I am like everyone else. I hope that we would sign in Bremo. I hope. But unfortunately, deals don't happen like that sometimes. You know, and we have to be a little bit more patient in regards to the way we are acting is a little bit petulant, in my opinion. And we have to stop, you know, crying and on here and saying we should do this. Is it better? I'm Glazers out as much as the next man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But look, I know that it is still early. Look, I've seen transfers go through in the last minute. I've seen these type of things happening. I know we need players in. Of course, I know that. But we are. Okay, we are going to have players in. We just have to wait a little bit, all right? And that's what it is. Have to actually practice a little bit of patience, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Freya. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see Freya. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Big up, Sal. Did you see the Osman news? I saw brief, not Osman news, but the problem is that Manchester United, in regards to Man United chasing Osman, I don't think Man United will go after Osman until they have given up on Gyokeres. That's what I think. And I think that Man United are solely interested in Gyokeres. That's it. And then if Gyokeres doesn't happen for whatever reason, I think it is going to happen, then we will go after Victor Osimhen, of course, guys. So, you know, we just have to wait up and see whatever. And big up, Kazi. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We have the right to feel anxious, Sal. How many times have we faced all summer to only let us down our walls? Yeah, but then you're just gonna lead up to being petulant, you know, and that's what it is. You know, we're not petulant, we're intelligent. We are in this community, and we don't worry now. At the end of the day, look, I'm like the next man. I've seen it all before. I've been a fan 40 years, mate. You know what I mean? I've seen it all before. You know, at the end of the day, what it is that we are getting into realms of anger and hostilities and stuff like that, which is stupid. It is, plain and simple. I come from a man who's been in the music industry 20 years, Gav. You know, I came from zero. Five of us in a one-bedroom flat, right, to be working with platinum selling artists, right? So I understand the value of patience. I'm not stupid. I know about Manchester United, what needs to be done. I know. But also, you don't need to throw your rattles at your pram yet. It's only the 1st to the 10th of June at the moment. There is another window opening on the 16th. If by the 16th and we carry on this next week and we haven't got any players in, then we can start looking, look, this is getting ridiculous now. And I will be the first one to lead that march. Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, I think it's a little bit early to be like, oh, this is too much. This is crazy. We're not got the deal done. Why have we got the deal done? Why have we got the deal done? It's too much at the end of the day. And I think it is petulant, to be honest. Freya, what the fucking hell is going on? Because I don't understand the Bremo deal. I'm tired to wait for the news. Freya, calm down, mate. Calm down. Don't swear on my stream, Freya. You get blocked, mate. Good afternoon, Sal. I hope everything. Be patient. We will get Gyokeres and Bremo at the end of the window. If we got Gyokeres and Bremo before the pre-season, you're just giving yourself blood pressure for no reason, isn't it? And that's what it is. You know, you're giving yourself blood pressure for no reason. You know, and that's what if we don't have them, however, you know, then we can sing from a different hymn sheet, can't we? And we can start talking about another side of things, you know, and you'll see another side of Sal, you know, which I've been there many, many times, guys, you know. So at the end of the day, look, you know, we have to wait and we have to be patient, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Rasta. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're good. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. We have no time to wait, bro. Need to look at other players. This guy, how do you know they're not looking for it? Wasting the chance to sign in Bremo, so to blame Amorim next season. We're not going to lose out in Bremo. And Bremo has already agreed a contract with Manchester United for it, right? A pre-contract with Manchester United. He's already agreed. This deal will be done for it. There's no need to worry about it. The season is not even started. The preseason haven't even started. I'm hearing murmurs. It's going to be done very soon anyway. So there's no point in us crying and throwing our rattles out of our pram yet. Yes, we can still throw our rattles out of our pram, but I just feel like it's a little bit early to be, you know, who-in and ah-ing at the moment, if you know what I mean. On my way back to work. Check you later, Rasta. Big up yourself. Good afternoon, British Dog. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Freya, man. Go for a jog. Do something. Go for a run. Go play a game. You know, take up a hobby. Don't worry about it for now, my friend. One transfer is more than a week to be completed. Mate, stop swearing on my channel. Freya, please stop swearing on my channel. You know, what the hell are you doing, mate? What the hell are you doing, mate? I've been a fan 40 years, mate, and I'm not panicking and crying. Why are you, mate? Why are you? And I've seen great players sign for this football club. You know, why are you crying for? Relax. You know what I mean? Relax. Chill out, bruv. You know what I mean? Chill out. You know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's only the 1st of 10. This is not the real window, guys. This is not the proper window. Let the proper window open, and then we say this was a window that was for the teams that are in the World Club Championship. That's the reason why this window was here. So let's see, of course. If Bremo doesn't getting closer, vote for someone else, mate. Look for someone else, mate. Fred, listen, mate. Listen, you're not behind the scenes. You're not behind the scenes. Guys, do you see this meltdown? Exactly what my thing. Hostile patience. You know, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Do you see this meltdown? The way these guys are crying? You know what I mean? You need to calm down for it. Absolutely. It's ridiculous. Come on, mate. You have to wait. You have to wait. Sometimes things don't happen overnight. I'm like the next man. You know? Absolutely. Bloody hell, man. You know what, gamer? Flipping heck, mate. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. Well, look, I'm frustrated as the next man. But I'm not actually walking backwards and forwards in paces and crying my eyes out at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Exactly, Kazi. The window opens on the 16th of June. You know, so this window was never supposed to be a window. This window is the 1st of the 10th. It is a bonus. We got one player in. Fantastic. We got Cunha in. You know what I mean? Which is good. If we get to the end of June and then we haven't had any progress, right? Which I think we will, but we haven't had any progress. Then we could start saying that, oh, this is not good enough. I'm fed up with this and blah, 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 and that. And just relax, bruv. We're in the same boat, mate. No need to swear. No need to get angry. No need to throw your rattles out of your pram. Don't worry about it. You can be frustrated. Of course you can be. But you know what? You also have to be a little bit objective and a little bit, you know, thinking about it in a much more calm sort of way. Calm sort of way, if you know what I mean. Absolutely. Calms, bro. Absolutely, man. You need to calm down. Calm down, man. And don't swear on my channel, man. It affects my channel, please. Guys, you know what I mean? Because I read out because I have respect. I read out everyone's message. You know what I mean? Regardless if I agree or not, I read out everyone's message. If I read out swearing, you know what I mean? I'm a bit like Ron Burgundy at the moment. I do read out everything and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Guys, Mark, show me some sense, mate. Show me some sense. There is an international games going on and agents on holiday. These negotiations are being done while people are all over the world will access things at the end of June. Mark, Gemini, there you go, mate. This is what I mean, Freya. A little bit of patience, mate. A little bit of patience. That's what, a little bit of patience, a little more action. That's what you want. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to be a little bit patient, guys. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Freya, look, we're not Real Madrid, we're not Brighton, we're not Chelsea. We're owned by the Glazers, mate. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. People wanted the Glazers, and we don't compare ourselves to other teams. You need to calm down, Freya, honestly, mate. You really do. You really do need to calm down, mate, because you're sounding like a maniac. I'll be honest with you, mate. You're sounding like a maniac. You sound like a crazy maniac, mate. Go to your wife or whoever it is, you know what I mean, and just give her a hug. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, look, you know what? That ain't helping anything. Things are being done. When it's done, you will know about it and you'll be happy about it, Freya. So what I would say to you, just calm down, mate. That's all I would say to you, mate. Because at the end of the day, what Real Madrid do, Real Madrid have bought Mastantuano. We bought in Cunha. You know, who have Chelsea bought in? Dilap. You know what I mean? I don't really care about all that business, of course. Natty, is there news about Garnacho? What do you think of Garnacho waiting to stay in the Premier League? And what I make about that, Natty, what I do, I'm a little bit disappointed in regards to Garnacho wanting to stay in the Premier League. I didn't want him to stay in the Premier League because I think that can bite us in the backside, Natty. I think Garnacho staying in the Premier League is dangerous in regards to if we want to challenge for the top four. Because we all know that Garnacho deep down is a good player, don't we? He is a good player. And going to a team like Chelsea would be dangerous and be foolish for us to sign, you know, to sell, you know, it would be foolish to a Premier League club. And if we do sell it to Garnacho to a Premier League club, I want us to pay, I want us to receive good money from him. I want that Premier League tax. I want that Premier League tax, that Premier League tax that everyone, you know what, charges us every time we go for a player in the Premier League. I want that Premier League tax, man. That's what I want. So if we sell Garnacho to a Premier League club, I want us to take that money in, and I want us to do it, guys. That's what I want at the end of the day. Absolutely. I have already gave up on this situation, mate. Let them sign whoever they will sign. You could have fooled me, Fred. At the end of the day, you could have fooled me. You look like you're absolutely devastated, mate. The way you're going on, sentences, swearing, you know, a nervous breakdown, whatever you're going through at the moment, mate. You could have fooled me, brother. That's what I would say at the end of the day. But what I would also say is that just be patient. It's gonna be all right, bruv. You know what I mean? We're on the same boat, mate. We're on the same boat. That's what it is. We're on the same boat. And hopefully it will happen. Don't worry. No games are gonna be this June. We got no football matches. There's no training. There's no nothing. So if it gets to the end of June, just like Mark said, if it gets to the end of June and we still haven't got the deals done, then we can start looking at being a little bit more hostile. Do you know what I mean? But for now, give it the benefit of the doubt that it is a window. Like, obviously, Brentford have lost their manager. Let's not forget about that. Brentford have lost their manager. He's going to Tottenham. Lots of things have been all confused and all over the place at the moment. But one thing is, Mbeumo is a Manchester United player, Fred, because he's agreed personal terms. All Man United do is just trigger the fee. That's it. And he's a Man United player anyway. He's on holiday. He's on holiday, international breaks. You know, international breaks have been going on. No teams are coming. No players are back yet. Just give it a little bit of time, guys. At the end of the day, the window closes. It opens again next week. So we don't really need to worry too much, do we, at the end of the day? Big up, DSC. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're well. Freya. We have been signing worse players since Sir resigned, bro. And I'm worried that we might lose players that Amram wants to be part of his project. That is what I'm talking about, mate. I don't think you understand, Fred, that I understand that, mate. I understand that if we miss out on players, guys, if we miss out on players, it's going to affect Ruben Amorim. Of course, it's going to affect Ruben Amorim. At the moment, look, we haven't missed out on much at the moment. So what we need to do, guys, is just be a little bit more patient. And when it gets to the end of June, then we're going to start thinking about that. But at the moment, if we get Gyokeres in, if we get Mbeumo in, then there's nothing to worry about, isn't it, by the end of June? Because then we still got time to get other players as well. I personally think if we get Cunha, Mbeumo, and Gyokeres, all we need is a new goalkeeper, maybe a midfielder, and then we'll be basically done, mate. So don't worry too much. I'm aware of everything. I work in this team. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm aware of everything. I know what's going on. This is why I'm pretty confident, because I know what's going on. I know that these players will be signed eventually. So there's no point me getting irate or getting blood pressure for no reason, because at the end of the day, I know what's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? We just have to be a little bit more patient. Gamer TV, Adrian Rabiot revealed that he was rejected and moved to Manchester United. To be honest with you, Gamer, Rabiot's old news. Rabiot's a dinosaur. Don't really care about Rabiot. He's run by his mum. And honest to God, I think that he just needs to stop talking about Man United in a way. Mr. Rabiot, because we didn't sign him at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Yale, the real transfer window is yet to open. Don't worry about anything. We won't really sign anyone until July 1st anyway. Cunha first installment goes on July 1st. It's a good point, Cunha. It is. But I think it's going to be before that, Yale. I believe it's going to be before that. It is a good point. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Sal, do you watch along today? No watch along today. England friendly, 10:45 p.m. kickoff. No, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. I'm good. I'm good. After the match I watched last time, the England against Andorra, I thought I was going to get a lot of goals. And what happened? There you go. Big up, Rich. What's going on, my brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Sal. Chat. Looks like the press are desperate to push. Yes. Exactly, Rich. This constant negativity. You know, this morning, right, we were hearing about, Gyokeres is overrated. He's the next Rasmus and this and that, even though that's disrespectful to Rasmus, in my opinion. And then we were hearing about, Embremo and Cunha, they're from Brighton and Brentford. No, they're from Wolves and Brentford, blah, blah, blah. Forgetting the narrative, right? This is how crazy this media is. They're talking about, Embremo and Cunha coming from Wolves and Brentford respectively. Right, they're talking about that, but they seem to forget that some of the greatest players that have ever played for Manchester United came to the likes of Everton, came from the likes of Tottenham, came from the likes of Oldham, came from the likes of Brøndby, came from the likes of Nottingham Forest, came from the likes of Middlesbrough. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. They don't understand. Solskjaer comes from Molde. If you want to talk about Liverpool, Mane came from Sunderland. Was it Sunderland? It was Southampton. Mane came from Southampton. Robertson came from Hull. At the end of the day, Henderson came from Sunderland. It's just crazy at the end of the day. This is the thing. This is the negativity that they want to spin. And it's up to us as the fans, as Manchester United fans, as I said in my short video earlier, as Manchester United fans, it's up to us not to fall for the spin. We shouldn't be falling for that narrative that they're throwing out there, because that's their job. Our job is just to be calm as Manchester United fans and don't fall into that trap or what they want us to fall into. Absolutely. Anvesh, big up. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Hope you're good. Any update? Sorry if I missed it. Nothing at the moment, mate. Literally, there's rumors about the window's going to be quiet today. Nothing is going to happen today. That was the rumors spreading today that it's going to be a quiet day for Manchester United. That's not to say it is going to be a quiet day. We've also heard something from Andy Mitten. Of course, Andy Mitten is a well-respected Manchester United, journalist kind of, in regards to the Red Review and stuff like that. Obviously, a very great guy in regards to the football club, close with the football club and stuff like that. And he spoke to Omar Barada, and apparently, there's news about we're not talking about Gyokeres. Of course, they're going to say that. Of course, they're going to say that. They're not going to talk about Gyokeres at the moment because at the end of the day, there's an NDA. These things are secret. Nothing has been agreed. And you know what? You can completely ruin the deal if you've done something like that. So obviously, there's a lot of things that are irritating people. And I understand that. I understand that a lot of things are irritating people. It's hard. I understand that. You know what I mean? But I've been around the world, you know what I mean? I've been in this world, should I say, a long time. And, I've realized that there's no point, just crying about it. What we have to look at things diplomatically and look at things in a smart way and say that, you know what? Yes, it's frustrating. Of course, it's frustrating, but we can't go overreact yet. When it gets to the 1st of July, end of June, 1st of July, and we still haven't got things done, then we can start saying, well, this is bull. And people know as the next man how I feel about Ineos, how I feel about the Glazers. People know about that. I was a big campaigner for a full sale. People know me. I actually went to Qatar to do an interview on their television channel. So I know, and I am passionate about the full sale and stuff like that. I know. But even I know that we can't completely go haywire. We can't completely go nutty, potty, whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? We have to be a little bit calm, in my opinion. Kazi, brother, do you think we'll get a goalkeeper? Realistically, if I was a betting man, Kazi, I don't think we'll have enough time. But I would love a new goalkeeper. I do think a goalkeeper is very, very important. I always keep having visions, Kazi, like we're 1-0 up against some team, like let's say Wolves or Everton or something at Old Trafford, and it's coming into the last 10 minutes, and we're playing well, everything's good, but we didn't score the goals, we missed the chances. It's 1-0 to United, and then there's a corner, or there's a free kick, or there's a cross that comes into the box, and Onana doesn't move from his line, or he fumbles the ball, or something like that, and then it ends up in the back of the net, and those are the kind of things that resonate with me, that stick in my head. I just feel like we need a new goalkeeper. It would be very important to get a new goalkeeper. We get Vitek back. Hopefully this Vitek gentleman is a good player. You know what I mean? I hope so. And let's see what happens. But yeah, everything is frustrating. I know that. I get it. I am as well. I'm constantly trying to make phone calls, trying to find out what's going on. Nothing is going on today at the moment. And people have their cards very close to their chest at the moment. But one thing I would say is that we're not going to end up the season like this. Of course, we have backup options. If we don't get Mbeumo, of course we got backup options. This happened with Branthwaite last season. When we didn't get Branthwaite, we ended up getting Lenny Yoro, didn't we, at the end there? So we just need to be a little bit calm. But you know what, guys? Never mind. Absolutely. Ronin, good afternoon. Hope you're doing free. Gyokeres, Cunha, and Mbeumo form a brilliant front three. All two-footed, strong on the ball, hard to dispossess, and capable of creating chances as well. Credit to Christopher Favell and Wilcox. Thank you so much for that. I agree with that. Hopefully we get him through the door, Ronin. I really do hope so. That would be lovely if we can get him through the door, and we could get a move on, of course, my friend. Absolutely. Maitland has rejected Chelsea. Yeah, he's on a free transfer in 1 year. In 2026, he's on a free transfer. I personally don't rate him that highly. I know he's a little bit better than Onana, but I don't rate him that highly. I think we can do better than Maignan. If I'm being serious, I actually think there's a French goalkeeper called Guilherme Restes. He's an under-21 French international. Very good. There's a number of goalkeepers out there. As I said, I'm a big fan of Sene Lemens and Milinkovic-Savic. Donnarumma, of course I am, you know what I mean? But that is a Donnarumma, of course, guys. But you know what? I'm interested in all these players. But at the end of the day, you know what? Hopefully we get a new goalkeeper. It's going to be hard, isn't it? I'm 100% that sure if Yasmin could be fully owner of the club. Yasmin, who's Yasmin, mate? Of the club, we have completed 3 or 4 transfers, but look how Glazers are doing their transfer. They budget to bargain or not. They long time to complete transfer. Mate, Frere, look, we know that we wanted a full sale, but this is not what we have at the moment, unfortunately. But I know for certain that Manchester United will sign players this summer, and we just have to wait a little bit longer. Of course, if we had a full sale, we had the Qatar, we had all these Sheikh Jassim, it would have been great. Of course, I know as much as the next man that it would have been fantastic. We don't have that, unfortunately, Fred. We don't have that, sadly. But as long as we get the players that Ruben Amorim wants by the start of next season, I am not going to pick too many bones out of what they're doing, because as long as they get the players over the line for the start of pre-season. Because last year, we did not get all the players through the line, including Ugarte didn't come until late as well, so didn't have a pre-season. So I am fully aware of the situation at Manchester United that has been there for many, many years when we don't sign players quick enough. We haven't done that. Even under Sir Alex, on occasions, we didn't sign players quick enough. We all remember Dwight York actually played a game for Aston Villa against Everton before he signed for Man United in the second game of the season. We know that, don't we? Wayne Rooney famously signed for Manchester United during the season, during the Champions League, just before the end of the transfer window. As we know, these things do happen. But what I would say is that just practice a little bit of caution and patience, and hopefully, we'll have some good news very soon, Fred, and we'll be on here celebrating, my guy. We'll be on here celebrating, and that's what we'll say at the end of the day. Rich, United have been working on these deals for ages. They're not suddenly going to fall apart because Frank goes to Spurs. Yeah, no, it's not. It's a lie. All that narrative that, it's predictable sometimes, Rich. It's predictable that as soon as Thomas Frank goes to Tottenham, suddenly Mbeumo's going to Tottenham as well. It's just ridiculous. And Mbeumo's already said that he wants to go to Manchester United. Once a player sacrifices himself in regards to saying that he wants to go to Manchester United, then you know what? He's not going to turn his back and go to Tottenham. It just doesn't make sense. This deal is basically very advanced. We are very advanced in this deal, and this deal should be done. at the end of the day, if Brentford are digging their heels in, there's not much Manchester United can do. We can blame everyone. We can blame everyone until the cows come home. We can do that. But if Brentford are not budging at the moment and just taking their time because they don't want to sell their best players, what do you want these guys to do? Because that's what I'm hearing at the moment, that they are digging their heels in a little bit in regards to Brentford. But the deal will be done. I'm pretty sure, Rich, the deal will be done. And I hope that we will be here, this time next month in a very, very good position, of course. Gamer, Red Devil United, big up Rich, of course. Hi, big up, Rich. We're not signing nobody. They're getting hijacked. Lucky Singh, stop talking trash, mate. Lucky Singh, stop talking trash, mate. You're not talking. You said that about Cunha. Stop talking trash. It's not happening, mate. No one is getting hijacked, my guy. You know what I mean? Today deadline will be a great day for United. Big up, Albert. How you doing? Even if it isn't, the window opens again on the 16th, so we've only got a few days to twiddle our thumbs, isn't it? At the end of the day, so we will get some deals going on. Absolutely. I would love to get Vanderson as a new right wing back. We need so many players. I love Vanderson, Yale. You know it. Basically, I do like this player a lot. I think he's a new Carfu. I know that's high praise indeed. Just been called up to Carlo Ancelotti's Brazilian international team. First choice, great. He's a great player, and I think that we should move for a right wing back. I think that we need someone who's versatile, someone who could defend and attack. My biggest concern about Ahmad is positional sense in regards to the defensive way. I know that we play wingers, not wing backs, but you still have to do a lot of running back in regards to that position. And I think that Ahmad has been caught out a little bit in regards to the right wing back position. So I would love a Vanderson at the football club. I would put Ahmad more as a impact player for now because he's young, and then I would put Vanderson in there. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see. He is a great player. Roger Fernandez is also a very good player. Wesley is also a very good player as well. There's lots of right wing backs out there that we could possibly get. Just hope that we get a good one, of course. Oldham and Bow, absolutely, Rich. Our history, throughout our history, we've signed players that, no one thought they were going to be great players. I remember when we signed Rooney. I remember I was working in Southwark Crown Court, believe it or not. I wasn't going to court. I was working at Southern Crown Court. And I was saying, we just signed Rooney on that day, 2004. And basically, someone said to me, Rooney's overrated. He plays for Everton. He's been playing for Everton. So I'll say, but he's done it in the Euros. Did you see him in Euro 2020, Euro 2004? Did you see that? And I was like, no. It's brought back the Premier League. You can't take the Euros seriously. Blah blah blah. The rest is history, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day. Let these media outlets talk, because at the end of the day, I love it. I enjoy the media when they like to bring down us. Look, guys, Rich, everyone, guys, I know, we don't like where we are. We are our own worst enemy. We will talk badly about our club. We will talk badly about our football players. We do that when we're frustrated. As long as it's constructive, I've never been abusive, but as long as it's constructive, then that is fine. But we criticize our team enough without, they criticize our team enough without us criticizing our team enough as well. So you know what? Just look at the media, take it with a pinch of salt, and just say, well, you know what? I like this because at the end of the day, for me, more than anything, it shows fear. Absolutely. Hold up, that's my wife. Okay. Mark, Irwin came from Oldham. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about, Mark, and one of the greatest fullbacks of all time, Gamer TV, it's not just Maignan, but AC Milan haven't fully agreed with Chelsea about the transfer big for Maignan. I don't rate him. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm with you, Sal. I believe we will get them. I just hope it's before pre-season. But as you know, this club is not filled us fans. I know it's PTSD, mate. What I would say, remember, I do remember De Jong, but I hope that this new regime in regards to Vivell, Wilcox, Brailsford, can get things done quicker. And I'll be honest, in the transfer market, last summer, I was relatively impressed with what they did. I thought, I'm not happy with everything else they've done, but I thought last summer they were okay as the first summer. I thought that wasn't bad, and we have to be really, we have to be fair here, in regards to transfers. Now that we have Vivell and Brailsford and Wilcox and Barada, I think that we have more of a unit in regards to that. The De Jong one was the Murta madness, I almost said. The Murta and the Woodward times, wasn't it? So that was a little bit different when we were chasing these players, and we took all summer. And then you remember when Woodward or Murta would go to Barcelona and we go, yes, he's going to get the deal done. And then he comes back with no players. I think we're gone on those days. I do think we're gone on those days. I understand the frustrating thing. I'm frustrated as well. I've been told one thing, that, the deal will be done. The deal's done. He's already agreed to come to Man United. Usually what happens is that once they've agreed to come to Manchester United, the deal gets done quickly, just like the Cunha one. But unfortunately, Brighton are digging their heels in, whatever reason it is, whether, their attention has gone towards Thomas Frank or not, I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know what? It will be done. And I get you, Gav. I'm frustrated as well, bruv, and I get annoyed as well. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to say, like, you know what? Look, if it gets to the end of June and nothing has been done, then I'm going to start throwing my rattles at the pram too. And I'm going to start getting impatient too. And I'm going to start getting annoyed too. And I'm going to start getting, my blood pressure is going to raise as well. Absolutely. Teddy, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you ever are in the world. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything is good with you, of course. Rich, to be fair, Southampton with Shearer, Bale, Van Dijk, over the years produced some quality. They have, really. They have, to be fair. Matt Letizia, Stuart Ripley. You know what I mean? Lots of great players have come from the old Southampton, haven't they? But... they're still classed as a small club, aren't they? Yeah, they have history in the FA Cup and stuff like that. But I remember them in the Championship and stuff. So they had Alan Shearer. We could have got Alan Shearer that time. Ended up signing for Blackburn Rovers, of course. But yeah, Matt Letizia was another one as well. Fantastic player. One of the most underrated players, I think, is Matt Letizia. Absolute baller. That guy was brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, lots of players have come from Southampton, of course. And good academy. Anyway, did you all see Cristiano Kone yesterday, Saudi Arabia under 20? I didn't see it, Frere. Fill me in, brother. Fill me in. What happened? I've just come home. I haven't really looked at that. Big up, LT. What's going on, my friend? Whoever is downplaying Gyokeres is because of the Portuguese league. Then let them remember that CR7 and Bruno, who were signed from Sporting, so their argument has no legs. And you know what also has no legs? The fact that he's done it in the Champions League as well. The fact that he's done it in the Champions League as well, and you can't argue with that. I mean, I just would like to know who these people actually rate, because at the end of the day, you look at Gyokeres, right? Look at his goal record. Who do they rate then? So who's good then in their eyes? Sesko, 13 goals in 33 appearances in Bundesliga, or about Florian Wirtz, 10 goals in 27 appearances in the Bundesliga. We got a guy here who scored 49 goals in the Champions League and League combined. This guy is an absolute monster. I don't know what they're looking at. At the end of the day, people were saying, I never heard this same narrative when it came to Alfie Haaland. I never heard about that with Haaland. It does make me laugh, isn't it? The fact that Chelsea signed a striker from Ipswich Town who got relegated, who scored 12 goals last season, and he, no one's batting an eyelid. No one's batting an eyelid. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, like, Delap. Look, guys, I would much rather wait for Gyokeres than sign Delap. At the end of the day, they can have their Delap. Arsenal can have their Sesko. By the way, Arsenal have signed Zubimendi, of course. One player, Zubimendi. They signed one player, guys. Just remember that. One player. We've signed one player. They signed one player. Just to let you know, guys. So, look, it's all about calm, isn't it? DSC, getting excited on game day instead of on worrying where the goals will be coming from. It's going to be, so who's going to score today? Exactly, DSC. This is what I'm excited about, Of course, I'm practicing cautious optimism. But when I think about that front trio, I'm excited. And anyone who's not excited, should take up another sport, because I feel like, if we get these players in, it's not all doom and gloom, guys. Some people just want to see the world burn, unfortunately. I feel like if we get these players in, maybe if we get a new goalkeeper as well, if we get a new goalkeeper in as well, then suddenly everything's starting to look relatively nice and juicy, isn't it? So we have to obviously bear that in mind. And but I would practice cautious optimism, and I'm not going to jump up and down until they're in the team, in the squad. I am practicing this very much because I don't want to get happy about a situation and a scenario in my head, and then I get let down. We've been let down enough at Man United. I know this is Fred is annoyed. He's been let down a lot. I've been let down a lot. Everyone has been let down a lot. And I know that. But I'm not gonna judge it yet until the end of June, and that's the way I say it. But yeah. Manchester United have called Gyokeres to know the situation is going on. Juventus is interested in him. Yes, Juventus are interested in him. I don't think he's going to go to Juventus, Frey. It'd be silly to go to Juventus. In regards to calling, I've been speaking on this channel for a very long time, Frey. You've been here a long time. I told you that we have a gentleman's agreement with Sporting Lisbon. Ruben Amorim talks to Gyokeres on a regular, Frey, on a regular. And I've said that many times over the last year, I've said that. And to be honest with you, now the rumours are coming out. Fabrizio Romano confirmed Man United are in constant contact, communication with Sporting Lisbon. I already know that. I know that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that is what it is, guys. That is how it is. And so don't worry too much about it. Wesley. Why we continue to play 11 mid outfielders is beyond me. The game of football requires 10 outfielders and 1 goalkeeper. I do want a goalkeeper, Wesley. If I'm being honest with you, mate, I do want a goalkeeper, a traditional Manchester United goalkeeper. You know what I mean? One of those tall, domineering goalkeepers who's actually safe shots. That would be lovely. Oh, I've got to defrost something. 1 second, guys. There we go. Busy bumblebee today. Busy bumblebee. Right. So we are going Gyokeres because of the missing Delap, or can we buy him even if we sign Delap? It'd be less likely if we sign Delap, we get Gyokeres as well. I would have thought so because it is strange that we would have went after we wouldn't have went after Gyokeres and we got Delap. That would be crazy. But the way we're penny pinching at the moment, I would say that probably not. That's not an exclusive Salzy exclusive. That is just what I think, but that might not be true. We might have done. It's the butterfly effect at the end of the day. Would we have signed in Bremo, Cunha, Gyokeres, and Delap? My suggestion would be no, and that's what I would say. I would say no. We wouldn't have done that. So maybe not signing Delap maybe is a blessing in disguise. Maybe So we have to wait and see, guys. Absolutely. Daniel. 7 hours too. What do you think? Daniel, anything can happen. My guess is nothing's going to happen today. What I'm hearing is that it's going to be a quiet day for Manchester United, sadly. But the window opens next week. So we got next week, and I'm giving it to the end of June. What will be satisfactory to you guys? What will make you guys calm? What players should we get through the door? Just Gyokeres and Bremo. Just those two, right? If we got those two by the 1st of July, would you be happy? If we just got Bremo, Gyokeres, and we already got Cunha, if we got Bremo and Gyokeres, would you be happy with that by the 1st of July? Would you be happy with that? DSC, would love to see Nuno Mendes at United and switch the Dorgu to the right. Big up DSC. Mendes is an absolute generational, but Dorgu's going to be a great left back. Don't worry about that. He's going to be very, very good. Trust me, DSC. This guy's going to be a monster. Trust me, we just have to give him time. And that is exactly what it is. We're turning our backs on players after 1 month. A lot of people turn their back on Dorgu after 1 month. That is how crazy it is. You know what I mean? It's madness at the end of the day. Big up MUC forever. Hope you had a good flight, my guy. Hope you're good. Hello, just to say hello as I have a match of football, India football versus Hong Kong. Going to watch it. By big up, Sal. Meet at the next stream. MUC, good luck to your team, India or Hong Kong, whoever you're supporting. Big up yourself and enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. England, was it England? Man United beat Hong Kong, of course, 2-1, wasn't it? Hopefully you probably beat them by more. You know what I mean? No, Hong Kong are pretty good. Big up, Maya. What's going on, my friend? Long time no see. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Yorkshire Cowboy, morning, Sal. Ter Stegen, we would tempt him surely. He's a bit injured. He's a bit of a bozo as well. Yorkshire Cowboy. I don't know. He is better than Onana. Don't get me wrong. He's much better than Onana, but he is a bit of a bozo sometimes as well, my friend. And I don't know, mate. I would prefer someone else, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if we got Ter Stegen in there. But because he is a good player, but not an elite goalkeeper that we want. I don't want. I mean, I've never seen Ter Stegen make a great save. I've never seen him save a goal that I thought he should have saved. He should, that I thought it was unsavable. But then again, Onana, I've never have as well. You want Ruben Amorim for a private time? Weird. Like he's saying, you got to calm down, mate, with all this stupid business. Mate, if you've got a problem with Ineos, why don't you get up and do something about it? You won't, though. Kone is improving in each and every game in the international, although this guy should be given a chance to prove himself in front of Amorim. Freya, I agree with that. I believe in it, mate. I think he's a fantastic player. I've seen a lot about with Kone that makes me enthusiastic and positive about him. He's got a great touch. He's got a great pass. He's forward as well. He's progressive with the ball. He gets that ball forward. It reminds me a bit of Carrick, the way he passes that ball. He's got eyes at the back of his head. He can turn and pass. That's what we need, that confidence on the ball. And I hope that he can get some game time next season. I really do. But it might even be going loan, wouldn't it? Sir Rat has given United a shakedown, taking pounds and pennies. Yep, we all wanted them, of course. Grovey, I'm hearing Cunha might leave United. Grovey, you're going to get blocked, mate. You're talking crap. I would like United to sign Ryan Cherky. He's a good footballer. He's playing for Man City, mate. He's signed for Man City. Jeff, what's going on? Only fake news can wreak havoc and confusion in the transfer. All this hype about Thomas Frank to Spurs, to Lerb and Bremo, to load of bollocks. It is absolutely. Gyokeres will come all in good hands. The rest is just an offload. I agree with that. Cupido. Big up, Cupido. I agree with that. Absolutely. It's true. Yale. Looks like Ossie wants United. I would want him over Gyokeres. I doubt we will get him both. Could then we end up with a luxury problem, having to pick one of these strikers? Nah, mate. I mean, nah. I think if we don't get Gyokeres, we'll go after Yosserman. But even then, his wage demands are absolutely astronomical. Mark, Public Enemy done a tune called Don't Believe the Hype. Yeah, Public Enemy know it very well, my friend. I think a lot of our fans believe the online media, mainstream media hype and announcement will be made yesterday. Start, come and wait. Yeah, look. Things happen in football. What I would say, Mark, is that things happen in football. For example, Thomas Frank leaving Brentford. A week ago, no one would have envisioned that, would they? Things happen in football. Situations happen. Context, isn't it? At the end of the day. We're patient. Of course, if it does get longer and longer, that's when the patience starts to wear thin. Even with me, it will wear thin. But one thing we have to say, is that, right now, this window is a bonus window. You know what I mean? It's a bonus window. And we have to, be a little bit more, relaxed and calm for now. You know what I mean? Because it is the international break as well, as someone rightfully mentioned. I think it was you, Mark. And, I believe we just have to wait until everything is all settled. The dust is all settled. Who knows? We might get some news tonight. Who knows? But you know what? If we don't, we got until the 16th of June. We got 16th of June, literally a few days away, guys. 6 days away. We'll be here anyway, guys. We'll be talking about it again anyway, and they'll have more time to do it. Don't worry, it'll be done. Rooney at 16, brilliant, Maya. It was brilliant. And get then get a mid and new keeper. Yeah, we hope so. We hope so. Natty, what United players you think will surprise us this season? I'm not going to say Imbremo, Cunha, and Gyokeres because I don't think they're going to surprise us. I think they're going to show us what they're made of. I think that who will surprise us this season? Who's going to be the surprise man this season? I actually think Dorgu. Dorgu will be the surprise man this season. He'll be brilliant. I'm hearing Cunha is going to the pub on loan. Yeah. Oh God. We will bounce back next season. Trust me. Believe in Amorim. Big up you, friend. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well at Vivo. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Rooney loved a 45-year-old. Groovy. Goodbye, Groove. Sorry, mate. You're gone. Enough of that stupidness about our legends and things like that. Groovy, you okay, mate? You check your head, bruv. He is now. He's gone, mate. He's gone again. It's the second time he's been gone, mate. You know what I mean? It's gone, Kazi. He's gone. Silly comments. They come on here. They got all day. I don't know. They got too much time on their hands, of course. LT, has anyone ever also considered that Gyokeres deal is delayed by the fact that the financial year officially starts on the 1st of July? Absolutely. Which will benefit both clubs when it comes to balancing the books. I don't think people think like that, LT. People think like, I want it now. I want it now. I'm tired of this. But that's what the Man United have done to these fans. That's what they've done over the last few years, haven't they? The last decade, the last 20 years. You know, they've done this to us. You know, they've done it to the fans. They've made us doubt. You know, they made us second guess, PTSD, all that business. You know, they made us second guess. But what you say is absolutely correct, LT. Like, you know, I mean, the fiscal year, obviously, to July the 1st, which is when obviously the financial year, you know, officially starts. Then, you know, then we can make judgments. But you know, it is an issue, isn't it? I think they're waiting for the here we go, isn't it? It's the here we go they're waiting for, and the confirmation from here we go. We got him in through the door and things like that. I'm waiting as well. So, what's the worst summer window? Me say 2013. I think the one from David Moyes was pretty bad. I think that was Fellaini, wasn't it? The one from recent times was from Eric Ten Hag when he signed Mason Mount and he signed Onana. And that was pretty bad for me. Mason Mount and Onana. Who else did he sign that summer? Wasn't it Malacia or something like that? Yeah, it's pretty bad summer. It was a pretty bad summer. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. And yeah, that was pretty bad. We can judge them after the window, how quickly they will do over time. Yeah, absolutely. My friend. Big up, Steph. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're good. Good to see you again, of course, on the stream, of course. Wish we had a Mane from Saints. Great player. Fergie wanted him. Fergie wanted him. So did Louis van Gaal, Stephanie. So did Louis van Gaal want him, but we didn't trigger the move, did we? He ended up going to Liverpool. I remember, Stephanie, where before this, he went to Liverpool and Man United were linked with Mane. People were going, oh, we don't want Mane. We don't want Mane. Mane's rubbish. Southampton. They were like that, you know. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know, you get sucked into this sort of thing. Maybe he's not right for Man United. And then, you know what I mean? It's just craziness. Daniel, are you sure the deal will happen until the man has sought I'm in limbo? I'm sure, Daniel. I'm sure that Embremo deal is going to happen. In regards to Gyokeres, it depends on Sporting Lisbon. To be honest with you, they can dig their heels in and say we want this much money, and Man United can't afford that much money. What I do know is that Gyokeres is interested and open to a move to Manchester United. But that is what is good thing. And Gyokeres is favourite to sign for Manchester United as well, from all the bookies. Gyokeres will get us goals. Yes, he will, Manrick. Big up, Manrick Flora. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Wesley Mank, regarding the Saints, Bobby Stokes was offside. For the FA Cup, you mean, Wesley? Was that when they beat Man United? Yeah. I mean, I would like to know. What I would like to know, right? What I would like to know is that if VAR existed all those years ago, can you imagine the difference in the butterfly effect in regards to the results and the trophies and things like that? You know? Osman Lovers does not allow to give chance to Gyokeres. I mean, I'm a Gyokeres guy, Natty, so you know it. But you know what? We live in a democracy. People like Osman. That's fine as well. And he's a good player. Buddy Clive Thomas settings. Big up West. Big up Stephanie. Don't trust nobody anymore. Kizzo, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Gyokeres will play to Man United this season. Big up kisses, Jesse. Thank you so much. I believe so as well, my friend. I believe that will happen. We have to believe at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We could be like Lucky Singh when the world is burning. You know what I mean? The world is burning. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, talk about the Glazers. Never done anything about the Glazers. Just talk about them. And then, you know what I mean? Just, honest to God. Like I said, the problem is the structure. They are talking about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Groundhog Day transfer news should be used to it by now. Stephanie, you know what I would say? Look, you know what? Some of us know what's going on. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, and the thing is, it's frustrating because obviously the fan base have been let down a lot of times. So I don't blame the fan base in that aspect. But what I would try and do is say, calm the hell down. I would say that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, look, this is a window that was a bit like a Brucey bonus window. Brucey bonus. It was a bonus window. 1st to the 10th, right? So that was a bonus. The window opens again in 16th of June, not the 16th of September. You know, it opens on the 16th of June. So what we do is say, okay, when the 16th of June comes, if it gets to the end of June, and if it gets into the financial year, the 1st of July, then we're going to start saying, well, what's going on here, lads? You know what I mean? We can have agreements in place and the deals won't go through. Like Cunha's not coming to Man United to the 1st of July, isn't it? Isn't Diego Leon not coming to the 1st of July? That's what's happening, you know? I have to say 360. Big up, Stephanie. Thank you so much for the update, my friend. Mark, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. On the BBC 12 La Gazzetta dello Sport, extended reporting Napoli striker Victor Osimhen dreams of joining Manchester United after rejecting contract offer for Saudi Arabia Al Hilal. Yeah, I heard about that. How reliable is Gazzetta dello Sport? I remember back in the Gazzetta Football Italia. You remember that on Channel 4? And then it used to be always Gazzetta dello Sport. I don't know how reliable they are these days in regards to that. I have heard about Osimhen saying that. I heard it earlier on. But I don't know how reliable that is, to be honest with you. I heard a long time ago, Mark, that Osimhen is a Man United fan. So obviously he would have liked to play for Manchester United at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But we'll have to wait and see. Lots can happen this summer, guys. There could be twists and turns. All we know, Gyokeres might not come to Man United. We might get Osimhen instead. That will make some people happy. It makes some people disgruntled. For me, I do whatever Ruben Amorim wants. If he's happy with it, I'm happy. And that's about it at the end of the day. You know? Smash the likes and subscribe. Big up Natty. Big up yourself. Listen to Natty. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank guys. You are absolute legends. You are. Kazi, Osimhen only wants Man United because he is looking at the situation with Gyokeres. Personally, I don't want Osimhen, just my preference. Me too, Kazi. Personally. I think the thing with Gyokeres is that he's played with Ruben Amorim. He fits straight into that lineup. He walks into that lineup. He knows exactly what he needs to do. We're lacking goals. We need someone who's ready. You know what I mean? Ready. Not, we're going to take a couple of months to get used to the formation business. I don't want that. You know what I mean? And yes, Osimhen's a great player. Yes, I wouldn't mind him if we don't get Osimhen, if we don't get Gyokeres. But you know what? I want Gyokeres. But that's preference as well, Kazi, of course. They're both great players. And you know what? I feel a little bit privileged to be talking like that. You know, because we haven't got any of them yet. You know what I mean? So I feel a little bit privileged, but Man United should be aiming for these players. We are Manchester United. I think if we get Mbeumo early, July, and Gyokeres or Osimhen arrive late July or at the end of the transfer window. Yeah. Big up, Yale. Dorgu gives me Aaron Wan-Bissaka vibes, chilled, strong, and last-ditch shackles gamer. He's better than that, mate. He's better than that. You got to read the game Bella, Gamer TV. Read the game Bella. My guy, you know, people making these comparisons is like the comparison between Rasmus and Gyokeres. They're completely different types of players, guys. Sal, what is the weakness of Gyokeres? The weakness, heading. I would say Natty. He's not the best header of the ball. That's about it. But he can head the ball. He's very strong. He's not a weak player. He's built like an ox. There's not much weaknesses in Gyokeres. Not much. That's it. You know, I can't say much more than that. You know, I could just say heading. It's not his strong point. And that's it. But he's still a fantastic player. Of course. Ethan, what's going on, my friend? And Brentwood is getting dragged on now. I know, Ethan. Yeah, we spoke about that earlier in the channel. It's going to happen, Ethan. It's just going to take a little bit more time, isn't it, Ethan? We're probably just going to have to wait to the next window, which is on the 16th of June. It's just on a few days' time at the end of the day, Ethan. But, you know, if it gets to the end of June and we still haven't got these deals through the door, then we can start getting a little bit concerned, isn't it? We can start having a little bit of a worry and stuff. How will you feel we had Osimhen and Gyokeres will win the Premier League? Daniel, the problem is if we have Gyokeres and Osimhen, we're going to have to leave out Cunha or Mbeumo because we're going to have to play both of them up front. So are we going to leave out Cunha and Mbeumo? Very highly unlikely. We're going to have one of them, Daniel, unfortunately. Absolutely. And a younger striker on the bench. Let's not forget about Chido. They're going to be great players. And Musa as well. DSC, Sal, do you think we should make a move for Donnarumma? Yes, I think we should because I think we need a goalkeeper. After we've got the Gyokeres deal done and the Mbeumo deal done, I think we need to move for a goalkeeper. That is the next target. I think that should be done. A goalkeeper. I've said it. You know, you could be like Man United are not going to win every game 5-0. You know what I mean? Even though we got Gyokeres and Mbeumo and Cunha, I know we would love that, but Man United are not going to win every game 5-0. So imagine a scenario where 1-0 up, the game is tight, Everton at Old Trafford or at Goodison Park or the new stadium where they're playing at, Toffee Lane, wherever it is. We're there, right? And basically, it's 91 minutes. Everton got a free kick. The free kick comes in. Onana goes to grab it, completely misses the ball, leaves it with an open goal, 1-1. That's the difference between a good goalkeeper and a poor goalkeeper. It's so important. And I think that Man United need to get a goalkeeper like Donnarumma. They do. He's the best. He's the best. Maybe we can persuade him, you know. Next window went open 16th of June, mate. Few days, pal. Few days. Goodness me. That's why I'm saying, Lucky Singh. Just relax, man. Don't worry. Give it till the 16th of June. Bring back Gary Bailey in goal. I'm sure he can still bring back Jim Leighton, Mark. But I don't think he will change keeper this window. Maybe Xmas if things start improving. No, I agree with that, Mark. I agree. Hopefully it's not too late by that time, and hopefully we're not low in the league and stuff like that, you know. But we have got a good strike force. Joseph, what's going on, my friend? Are we doing well? Do you think we have improved next season? Joseph, I'm going to say it now, right? I'm going to stick my neck out, right? I think that it's going to be a big surprise for a lot of our rivals next season, mate. I think it'll be a big surprise for a lot of our rivals. You're going to see a massive upturn. You really are. Reds, 17. What's going on? I agree. Fans didn't give Dorgu a chance to adapt. Hopefully he turns into Evra did. Exactly. I see him. I see a good player there. I don't know why what some people are looking at. Absolutely. Sporting won a Sal in July because of so we probably do that in July. Mount is the worst signing ever. One of the worst, definitely. Well, Sanchez was pretty bad. Sancho was pretty bad. I can't think of anyone as bad as that, to be honest with you. I can't. You know, someone said to me the other day, they said, oh, Juan Sebastian Veron. I said, Juan Sebastian Veron was a baller. Juan Sebastian Veron had Roy Keane and Paul Scholes in front of him and Nicky Butt. He had to break into that team. Juan Sebastian Veron was a great player, but he couldn't fit into that team because we were too good. 1976 FA Cup final, yep. We lost to Southampton. Garnacho to Al Nassr, 100 million with a buyback clause. Yeah, would Garnacho go to Saudi Arabia? Do you think he'd go to Saudi Arabia so early? Historical VAR catch the cheating bastard. England would have won that World Cup, Yorkshire Cowboy, just like England would have won the 1998 World Cup. I think that team was good enough. If England got past Brazil in 2002, if they didn't bottle it and we didn't give away the ball and everything like that, and Seaman didn't make an absolute howler, I think England would have won the World Cup in 2002. And let me tell you why. Because they would have ended up playing Turkey in the semi-final and then playing Germany in the final, of which they just beaten 5-1 a few months earlier. Cristiano Ronaldo wants to go load of Garnacho to Al Nassr. Let's sell him for 100 million with a buyback clause. That would be lovely, Doro. Doubt it will happen, though, but that would be lovely. If VAR 96 said England don't win the World Cup, the ball was never over the line. Wesley, it was. It was. It was. England would have won 3-2 anyway. Great and informative show, Sal. Watching from South Africa. Big up, Eric. Good to see you, mate. Thank you so much for the compliments, my friend. Thank you so much. Bill Taylor, what's going on? It's nice to see United actually getting their number one choice transfers and not second or third choice. Good one, Bill. Hopefully they get through the door. Hopefully they'll go through the door, guys. Absolutely. Hopefully they'll go through the door at the end of the day. Who are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya? I don't know because I can't see you anymore, mate. You've been blocked. Mount Yale. Xerxes also swap deal. Rich has found something interesting. Xerxes Aussie swap deal. I don't think that can happen. I don't know. Swap deals are notoriously difficult to do. Very difficult to do. At the end of the day, Windows going to sometimes give surprises. Yeah, but England should have won the 1974 World Cup. They were cheating there as well, Groovy. So Windows can sometimes give surprises. 2021 when Ronaldo returned. Long way to go. Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. Wannabe Skunk and Nancy says that Gyokeres ain't all that. They just want the world to burn, Kazi. That's what they want. They just want negativity at the end of the day. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Proof, streaming in Kenya, from Kenya. Big up, Proof. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. You're all legends. Have a great day. I will be live if anything breaks, of course. Guys, we're ready. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video. Great chat. We don't always agree, but it's a great chat, guys. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox, and we shall see you through the window, guys. Take it easy, guys. Peace.